Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Ooh, Nina, don't be. Listen, stay out of my business. Stay out of my business, girl. I keep y'all happy and I have to keep my man happy, girl. Okay. Listen, good morning. Happy Monday. It is a new day. It is a beautiful day. Okay. Thank y'all so much for joining this live. I appreciate it so much. I do. Y'all be sure to hit the like button, okay? I do want and need this channel to be in the algorithm. I am trying to cross this channel all the way over. Yes, I am. And shout out to a very, very, very true and dear friend of mine that I talked to when I got off my last live that gave me some good advice that I never thought about. I never thought about. See, it's a very, very good thing to have people in your corner that really care about you, really support you, and really want you to grow. That's why, people don't understand how Flexi and I can be so close. And she's not the person I'm talking about, but I do want to make a point that people don't understand how we could be so close and not have met in real life. Right. So, but you guys to understand and you have to realize that when you have people that really have your back and have your best interests at heart, you don't have to see that person in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because, it just is what it is. But anywho, let me get into what we are here for today. I do want to say this though. I want to put this disclaimer out, and I don't think I put it out in my last live. I am going to drop the link for anybody. Let me do that right now that wants to come up and engage in the commentary on this subject this morning, y'all. I do see y'all in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's here. I do appreciate it. I love y'all for supporting this positive content and not just supporting the drama. It means so much to me. Honestly, it does. So let me see. Let me drop the link. All right. For anybody that wants to come up. We already have a guest, which is probably either The Truth or Money Boy. Let's see. And y'all, Flexi is in the bushes. She watching, as always, but she's at work. So, Trey! No, that ain't Trey. That's True. The Truth. It be the dramatic interests for me. The Truth, are you there? Can y'all hear me? Or is it me? Or am I not hearing The Truth or y'all not hearing me? Um, he might have some issue going on. I don't know. But y'all put a one. Let me see a one so I can continue. Okay, so you hear me, Ebros. Okay, great. Now, I do
Yes,
want to make a.
ma'am.
Hi, good morning. I do want to.
I
I
was
do want.
out. Yeah,
Huh?
can you hear me?
I can. I can.
Can you hear? I was out. Yeah.
You going in and out. What's the matter? You going in and out.
Hold on.
I do want to it's him, that damn lollipop. Yeah, that damn lollipop. I do want to make a PSA.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
fixed my mic. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was out yonder, and I just got back.
thank you for joining the panel this morning. I appreciate it. So listen, y'all, before we get into the commentary, which we're about to do in just a second here, I do want first of all thank y'all for coming in. Y'all hit that like button on the way in. I don't think I pinned the cash app. Let me pin my cash app because listen, I do want I do appreciate support. You know what I mean? Let's see who this is. This might be if I could guess this fun beer. Oh, it's juicy. Let's see. Juice Kim.
Hey, it's me
Juice
again.
Kim.
It's me again.
Don't come for me, Juicy. Don't
You
come for
know,
me.
yeah, you know that. You know what? You know what, boo?
Oh shit!
I was out
What
yonder.
what
I was
did
out
D True
yonder.
do to you, Juicy? What's
Let
going
me
on?
tell you, on the last thing, he said he glad that I couldn't see what he had said. And I was like, what is he talking about? What he was talking about? So, after the show, I went to go read what he was talking about.
Because Juicy can't read and be on the panel at the same time.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he done said. He messing. He gonna say that to me.
Oh God!
Like I
I
can't chew bubble gum and talk at the same time.
wow, wow.
You know what? To be true, you better be glad. You better be glad I like you. You better, look. You
All
better
right,
be
Candy Corn.
glad.
All right, baby. Listen, y'all. I do want to make this PSA before I get into the commentary, and I forgot to do it on my other channel when I went live earlier. But I will say this: you all are gonna see some changes. You're gonna see some changes on this channel. You're also gonna see some changes on the back. Well, I don't even call it the backup channel no more because it's my second channel. Let's just say that. You're gonna see some changes on this channel. You're also gonna see some changes on my second channel as far as moderators and people that's allowed to type in my chat. I am going to put it out there in this moment right now that I will be doing some moderations when it comes to my moderators. Because let me explain something. And when it comes to people that's able to type in my chat, I'm sorry, but I'm at like zero level when it comes to dealing with fakery and bullshit. I'm not doing it. I'm not going. I don't give a fuck. Go over to the other side, do what you got to do, go to your platform, say what you want to say. I really don't care in this moment. I have to start doing what's best for me. And with that being said, I am going to be doing some. Let's see who this is, y'all. Hold on. Petty Gold. Y'all, somebody is calling me that should know I'm on live. So let me cuss them out right quick, and I'll be right back. Y'all talk for a minute.
Oh,
Morning, Trey. Are you all right? You still getting
he's
beat up?
he's still
By,
in a dark space. He's still in a
yeah,
dark space.
you getting beat up by baby Patty this morning?
Uh, she's actually tame because she's feeling a little sick, so she's not beating me up. She's just a little bossy. And I'm not in a dark space, Juicy Kimberly. I'm in witness protection, ma'am. I'm
Oh, I
hiding
thought
from
it was a
groupies.
dark space. I didn't know which one it is because you switched up there. I
Oh,
didn't know.
no, my dark space lasted like 7 hours. I told you.
That hours.
That's
Oh,
about
that's
7 hours.
a long ass time.
Seven, like from like 11 to about whenever Raina went live, and then I was able to make myself feel good. I've been
Oh,
fine
okay. I
since.
got you. I got you.
Are you in an undisclosed location?
I am. I'm in Mexico.
Ah, okay. Don't drink the water. Don't drink the water. Only bottle.
Please don't drink the water.
Nobody drinks water when they go to Mexico, people. It's turn up time. Number alcohol.
I wonder why the folks can't drink the water though, because it got parasites in it.
Because they do not have a regulation regulating their water system.
It's
So
because
they're
you not
yeah,
from there and your
yeah,
stomach ain't used to all the
yeah,
stuff that's in there, so
yeah.
your stomach gonna be messed up, whereas the local stomach is used to it. They've been
Yeah, they're
drinking their
used
whole
to
life.
it. They've gotten used to it. We're not, so they don't put the stuff that we put in our water. So the stuff,
Okay.
the parasites that are in there that wouldn't bother them bother
Oh,
us.
oh, okay. Because I was about to say I don't like Louisiana water either.
I don't drink tap water.
Louisiana does have funny tasting water. I
Yes,
just
it
take
does.
sunlight stones with me everywhere now because I don't trust people's water.
That's why. Yeah, that's when I'm like down there, like up here, water. We got hard water. Like our water is hard. Their water too damn soft. I used to slip every time in the tub down there. I used to fall because they got that soft ass water. And I'm like, God
What the
damn.
hell is soft water?
What? What?
Hard water is not a good thing.
What?
Hard
You,
water is bad
can
for
you
you.
can you stand on hard water?
What the
I
hell
mean,
is that?
ours is more hard. When I say hard water, I mean it's more like
So their water is more
They
slippery.
ignorant, Juicy Kim. It's a real thing.
Yeah,
Hard
we
water.
Well, it is. There is something as hard water, but Juicy Kim wants us to believe that their water is slipperier
It is though. It
than
is. I
our
swear it is.
than regular.
It's soft. It's soft water. Like they water is totally different than uphill water. And I was like,
What?
but
The hell is-
money boy, am I lying?
Oh God, I cannot.
See, hard water gives you soap scum and stuff in your tooth.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
to make your
that's the
skin more
yes.
drier. When I take a bath down in Louisiana, they water make it feel like it's got moisturizer in it or something. Like it's making me skin softer. You feel what I'm saying?
Wow.
Whatever. I ain't even going there. You told me to keep the people talking, so I've been talking.
About hard. Okay.
But I know I asked you to keep it talking, but hard and soft water, Juicy, really?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what came to my mind because I was in the tub and that thing, and I say this here water is different, and it just came to my mind about the other water.
So what you're saying is the southern girls' booties are softer because the
I don't
water.
know about them because they ain't in Louisiana. I don't know about that state they live in, how they
Juicy
water
Kim,
Oh,
is.
I'm sorry,
are you in the
I
Louisiana.
tub
just
on this
know
stream right now?
Louisiana's water is different than
Juicy
Michigan's
Kim,
water.
are you in the tub right now on this stream?
No, I ain't gonna drop my phone in the water. Hell
Okay, because I thought I
no.
just heard you say you was in the tub, and that's why your mind went to the hard water.
No, my mind went to the water because I was drinking. So
Y'all
listen, let me
know
tell
that
y'all
y'all know
something.
what
I'll be all over
y'all
the
talking
place.
about. Y'all know that remind me of that song. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be
And
baptized.
Let
that
me
was
tell
in a
y'all something. My mind be all over the place, but I can start a conversation with anything. It don't
Oh,
matter.
that was
It
in a
don't
movie, right?
matter. Huh?
That song was in a movie, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I remember it
Yeah,
being song in
Ron Isley, and
somebody echoing.
the tall singer.
I think I hear some echoing, y'all. And I
You
don't
do?
know if it's just me.
No, I hear it too.
Okay. Oh Lord. Damn, just a
It,
Kim.
it's Juicy
Shut up.
Kim. It's Juicy Kim in that Louisiana Wi-Fi.
And
Because I was on mute and I was on mute to see if it was me and y'all was still hearing it, so it got to be one of y'all.
oh Lord.
I don't hear it anymore.
You know what, the truth? You just don't want me up here because you know me and you is gonna bump heads, don't you? Tell the truth.
I'm gonna go
Tell the
back.
truth.
I'm going back yonder, and I'll be
When
back. Oh,
All right, y'all. So let me get into this. Let me get into this because I do want to come back later on my main. I'm not my main. I'm sorry. My second channel. All right. So listen, like I was saying before, I got the phone call. Y'all gonna see some changes. Y'all gonna see some changes, and people that's able to type in my chat. Y'all gonna see some changes as far as people that are moderating for me. Because let me be clear as far as my moderators. Listen, when it comes to a person that moderates for me, I have to trust you, right? I have to be able to trust you, and once that trust is gone, your services are no longer needed, and it's just on period. Now, once I made that decision, because see, I don't make these decisions lightly, right? So the thing about it is, like, once I make that decision and I've had input and conversations with people that I do know care about me, and they feel like basically the same way that I feel, it's pretty much a wrap. It's pretty much a wrap. So with that being said, like once I ban you, and that's what I'm gonna call it. Once I ban you from my presence, once I ban you from my chat, once I ban you from my channel, don't try to contact me. Don't contact me because I don't make those decisions lightly, right? I don't. And once I make them, I'm done. I can no longer entertain bullshit. I can no longer entertain fake shit. I can't do it, and I'm not gonna do it because I don't do it in my real life. So, with that being said, just know that Anybody that has an issue with anything that I choose to do on my channel, if you want to talk to me about it, I'm always willing to talk on the back end. If people want to ask me questions, I won't be entertaining questions about this whole situation that took place on yesterday on live. I would no longer address it. I would no longer acknowledge it. And I would no longer give anybody, any shine or light that I feel like has come against me. And I have to do that for my own mental, and I have to do that for my own peace. Because what I do know is I have not let real situations in real life bring me down. Do you hear what I'm saying? I have not let real situations in real life bring me down, and I would never allow anybody on YouTube that I feel like has any part in trying to bring me down. I will not let you around me. And that's on period. Now, with that being said, shout out to May. Shout out to CMA. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready to talk about old Timothy and Tim?
Did you answer my question though? Was old gal from the Arkansas? I remember seeing Chronicle Speaks getting a hug and stuff like it. Was she
Well,
there?
you know what? To be honest, I'm not for sure. I'm not sure because I only focus on the people that been really honestly and truly covering this and have taken the time to make previous trips. I have not. I don't know what I don't know if she was there. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything. I got a good live coming from Vale, my go-to in this situation. And I also got a good live to react to as far as Chronicle Speaks. Now, as far as that woman, I don't know, Trey. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Okay, so Nicole said no, she was not there. That's what Nicole said.
Okay. All right, I'm just never mind. I'm gonna stop being petty. Okay, thanks. She wasn't there. All right.
All right. Shout out
Noted.
to my angel mom. I love you dearly, sweetie. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate you so much. Okay. Thank you. All right, y'all. So let's get into the goodie. Let's get into what matters. So, as you all know, Timothy Norman was sentenced to life. Actually, 2 life sentences. He was sentenced to 2 life sentences, y'all. For his involvement in the demise of his nephew, Andre Montgomery. Okay. And so I'm gonna be honest, y'all. When I saw that on yesterday, and believe me, when it happened, it hit the YouTube streets pretty quickly. Okay. And when I saw it, I felt so bad for Miss Robin. Not so much Tim. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. My granddaughter be asking me, what am I looking at? I told her the zipper. She just came in here, looked at my phone, and said, "Is that the zipper?" Ah, girl, we love it. Amen, Monica. Girl, listen. So, thank you, Charlene. Keep dropping that for me, sweetie. Um, I didn't feel so much, I didn't feel bad for Tim. I didn't, but I immediately felt bad for Miss Robbie. I did, y'all. Like I told Tony, I said I just feel so bad for her. She did lose a son. Her
She's
chicken spice.
she's stuck.
Oh God, can you
Yeah,
imagine?
she's stuck
She.
between the victim and sympathy for her son.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's a hard place to be because you not only lost your grandchild, you lose your son.
Second, cause see,
Hmm.
remember Andre's dad is gone.
Yeah. So now you no longer have access to your living son.
And I've heard people still trying to blame this woman for what went on.
Oh yeah,
Uh, it's like everything is started all the way back up again
mhm.
now that the trial is over, blaming Miss Robin. saying she
Because
should be charged for luring him back to St. Louis. Just a whole
yeah,
bunch of crap I done heard.
they're trying to keep it in the algorithm. It's done. He's been sentenced. It's over.
Facts.
The story's over.
Facts.
He
Facts.
and he got exactly what he deserved, regardless of who was asked for sympathy. Like I said, a mother is going to send a letter for sympathy for her son.
Wouldn't be right. I would be.
Yes, I
Yeah.
wouldn't. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't expect less.
Mhm.
But for every letter that mother wrote, there's going to be 5 letters written to the judge that he deserves life
Mhm. Mhm.
from his aunts, his uncles, his mother, his father, his baby mamas, all of them going to chime in.
Mhm. Mhm. That's
And all
facts.
all that's under consideration. So again, it's over. So
And
now
I
they
would
want
think, I would think that just being human and just thinking about how probably I would handle the situation, I would think that the letters coming from Andre's mom and that side of the family will probably weigh more on me than Tim's side. You know what I'm saying?
and it
I
should.
I, I just feel like that. I just feel like that. So
Because they're also victims.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
there's plenty of the person is dead. That person is a victim, but there's plenty of people that were victimized because he's gone now.
Mhm.
If he
Mhm.
had children, they're victimized. If his parents were living, they're victimized.
Mhm. Yeah. And I feel bad. I do. But like I say, and don't get me wrong. Let me say this too because I focused on Miss Robbie and Tim as far as the way I felt and feeling bad. But I really really feel bad for Miss Michelle Griggs. I really like that woman. Let me tell you something. I resonate with that woman on so many levels, and you all know if you know my story, the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Like she lost her baby. She lost her son. He's never coming back. And I think that what she's going through is like times 10, being as though it was Tim. It was Andre's uncle, her baby daddy's brother. You know what I'm saying? That did this shit. And it's just, to me, that has to be like a pain times 100. You know when it comes to your family or your children's family, you would think that everybody in your village, in your circle, in your family, as far as when it comes to your kids, they would be a protector of your kids, not someone that would, you know, take their life. So what that woman is going through and what she's been going through, my God, my God. Mm-mm. And even though I've been placed in the position of knowing what it feels like to lose a child, I still don't know her pain because, like I say, her pain is times 100. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It is so sad. But even though, um, you feel some type of just a little peace when the person that chooses to take your loved one away from here, they get their due justice, and he got due justice. Cause see, let's just be clear. A lot of people are focused on the fact that Tim was not, like the death penalty was not on the table when it came to Tim. You gotta think about it. Even if Tim were to had received the death penalty or whatever, it's still not gonna bring Andre back. You know, Tim might be gone, and then Miss Robert will be feeling another level of pain because instead of being able to at least talk to Tim, see Tim, um, she wouldn't be able to even do that. But as far as when it comes to Miss Michelle Griggs and that family, who only wants and wishes and prays and feel like they just want Andre back. They want Andre back. And so even Tim receiving a death penalty, receiving the death penalty or whatever, it's listen, it's still not gonna hear that woman's pain. It's still not gonna hear her pain. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because I noticed a lot of people felt like, he should have received the death penalty and this and the third, and I get it. I get it. But it's not gonna help her. It's not gonna make her, cause see, Tim leaving here ain't gonna bring Andre back. Now let's think about it. If Tim receiving the death penalty, um, will bring Andre back, I'm pretty sure that, that's what she want, but that's not the case. You know. So with that being said, let's get into it. So the first thing we're gonna get into, y'all. Let me see. So we're gonna listen to Chronicle Speaks live, which I need a mod. I got Charlene, I got Miss Gloria, and I'm gonna have to mod some more people up, y'all. But I have to think about it. I think I got Candy, but Candy is multitasking. I got Mad if he's still in here. Anybody, any mod in here, and if you can't do it, I'll do it myself. Any mod that's in the chat, I need y'all to drop Chronicle Speaks channel, and I also need y'all to drop ebooks, Chronicle Speaks, and the Randomness of Veil. I need those two channels to be dropped in the chat periodically because I will be reacting to their content. All right. So with that being said, I think I want to do the press conference. I think I want to do Chronicle Speaks first because she covered the sentencing hearing, okay? And then the video with Vail, oh my God, because see, I might have to do this. I might have to have a part two because, Vail is my go-to guy on these. He breaks it all the way down like he's actually there. He breaks down all the courtroom action, everything. He is very detailed, very good at what he does. So we're gonna get into that one. But I'm gonna get into this because this live that she did about when they sentenced him is only 14 minutes long. Okay. So let's listen, y'all. Let's listen and react. Okay. This is Chronicle Speaks. Y'all go over there and check her out. Give her a like. Subscribe if you're interested. This is her. She dropped this yesterday, 22 hours ago, actually, right after the sentencing was placed on Tim. It's called Tim Norman Sentenced to Life, live from court. Let's get into it. And I will be dropping the link for anybody that wants to hit the panel. Thank you for those that's up here. I appreciate it. Y'all hit the like button.
Okay, y'all. Tim has been sentenced to life, and it seems like everyone took it pretty well, including Miss Robbie. I think it was kind of expected. Tell me if y'all can hear me. I got this mic. His attorneys are out of here. I got Val out here and Jay.
I love me some Vail. I absolutely love that dude. I don't know what it is about him.
Tim had a last-minute letter that went out to the judge, and it shocked us all. His attorney knew nothing about it. Seems like nobody really knew about it, and Tim wanted to talk about it. Y'all can hear me good. Tim wanted to talk about it, but his attorney was like, don't say nothing. And Tim, whatever it was, Tim really wanted to get it out, and his attorney was like, don't say nothing. Even when it came time to give his speech talking to the family, Tim was like, my attorney has advised me not to say anything.
So that right there lets you know that his attorney probably has filed an appeal or will file an appeal. That right there, the attorney telling him not to speak at all, not even addressing the family, that lets me know that most likely he's filing an appeal or has already done it. I don't know which one.
So the thing about life in Missouri is 36 years. So I believe he's 45 now. Tim will be, 81 when he gets out. So it's life, but it's not life. I guess just depending on how long he lives. But Tim seemed very mellow. Like, I think everybody really was expecting for it to happen. I'm going to walk over and see what his attorneys are saying.
What me and Tana was talking about before the whole sentencing happened, because even yesterday before it happened, I woke up thinking about it and knowing that yesterday was the day. And I was, waiting because I knew these people, Chronicle Speaks and Vail, I knew they were going to come live as soon as it happened. But what I was thinking about is the fact that, you got to think about it. Terica got 3 years. Uh, Wiley, the insurance guy, he got 3. Now, the shooter, the actual shooter, what is his name? Is it Travail or something like that? He
Yeah,
got,
Travail.
Hill,
yeah,
right? Travell
yeah, he
Hill.
got 32. He's got 32. He got 32. So I knew that Tim would at least get 32, whether it been 50, whether it been life or whatever, 99 or whatever. I knew he would. I absolutely felt assured that he would at least get more than what the shooter got. Because, to be honest, if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't have been a shooter. Honestly, to be honest, I think 32 years for Travail was bullshit. Yeah, I do. I think Travail should have got life as well.
He
What do
signed
y'all
up.
think?
Yeah, you're right. He signed up for it. The plan was hatched. He could have said yes or no.
It's another grown ass motherfucker being able to be manipulated by another grown ass motherfucker, and I think that's weak. I think Travail should have got life. I do. Travail or whatever the fuck his name is. I think he should have got the same sentence that Tim got. I do. And see, that's the thing with the system, and sometimes you have to respect it, but at other times you could be like I'm feeling now and saying fuck the system because these plea deals. Now, I do realize that sometimes a lot of cases won't be able to be solved without people that make deals, right? We can agree to that. But it's just it really disgusts me that the person that literally pulled the trigger and killed that baby, he got any type of leniency. Like and I think y'all noticed that I didn't come and do commentary on the whole Travail sentencing because I like literally that shit pissed me off like it was my own son's killer being sentenced. That's to me that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Cause the only plea deal to me that you should have been able to be reached between him and the state or whatever or the feds or whatever is that you won't get life, you won't get death like you gave Andre. This is the only deal I have for you. You won't get death, right? That's what I feel. I feel like he should have got life, but that's just me.
Hold on, y'all. All right.
And if y'all don't hear her talking, that means she's moving around. She's trying to find a good spot or whatever. We just gonna listen. I'm gonna let this pretty much play out as much as I can. Thank you, Matt. Yeah. And she's right outside the courtroom. She's right outside the courtroom.
Considered everything that was said, but he had no ability to do anything other than give him a life sentence, which is particularly, in our view, inappropriate.
Now, I think if I'm not mistaken, and I hope y'all can hear this guy. Let me cut this up some more because she's not up close to him. But if I'm not mistaken, I think this is Tim attorneys talking, but I could be wrong. But let's listen. Uh-oh. Hold on.
It's like this were the shooter. Right. He'll get to 25, 27-year sentence, and Kim's going to get double that. That's kind of the unfairness with what the sentencing guidelines suggest right now.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then if there's anything else, I'll continue following up. And then
We missed it. It wasn't really saying nothing. They knew it was going to happen. They have 14 days to appeal. We'll see if they do that.
So yeah, that was, and I don't know if y'all heard that. I heard that, but that was Tim's attorney talking. I guess they pretty much expected him to get life, and they have 14 days to appeal the decision.
Well, so what he was talking about is the unfairness with the prison sentence guidelines. They think because the shooter got 25 years versus Tim getting life. Now, he didn't get life without parole, but because they gave him 2 life sentences,
Pretty much done.
yeah, he would have to serve one of those life sentences, which, again, there's a minimum and a maximum. That you're at the minimum, you're eligible for parole. But because he has 2 life sentences, he would have to seek a second parole. So he would have to be granted parole twice in order to be released from prison. And they're saying it's unfair that you gave the shooter less time than you gave my client. And that's what they're going to appeal on. That for some reason did the political view of this case, did other aspects of this case make the judge become harsher on him than the actual shooter? So,
Wow.
but I'd have to agree with him. You're that man that shot and killed him had the same thought process as Tip. He could have
Taking a
said,
life.
yeah, he could have said no, but he chose to take the money and do the job. So again,
And
he
then
should
let's
have
not even talk about the amount of money. Is that what life is worth to some people?
worse less than that.
Damn it.
Hell, you can get a crackhead to do it for you for like $20.
It's weird. It's weird. It's weird and it's sad. You know what I mean? Very sad. All right, y'all, let's listen.
No surprise. No surprise. I honestly thought Tim was going to act a fool today. I don't know why, but I honestly thought Tim was going to give the last performance of his life. And honestly, his attorneys told him, do not speak, do not say anything. But however, Tim was able to get some type of letter into the judge's chambers, and nobody knows how that happened. Nobody knows what's in it. His attorneys don't know what's in it, and they will not talk about it. So it will be on the docket. So more than likely, we'll be able to read that today to see exactly what was in it. It's Aunt Jan, but I'm not going to go over to the family. She was the other one that, y'all can see in the back, she was the other one that wrote the letter on Tim's behalf. Monique was there. Charles was not there. Aunt Linda was not there. Of course, Miss Robbie was there. Cousin Monique was there. His best friend, JR. Mr. Bussy. The family's coming? Okay. The Griggs family is coming.
So we have to stay down here.
So the Griggs family is coming. So we're just waiting. Are y'all shocked?
Thank y'all for supporting this live. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like button, y'all. I need this live and this channel and the algorithm. And also feel free to hit the Cash App and support the channel.
Did y'all know it was gonna be live? I honestly did. A lot of people said no, but his attorney tried to argue. Tim is a good person. Tim didn't have his dad. Tim lost his brother early. You know, Tim has helped the community. Tim has done this. Tim has done that. He changed his life around when he got out of jail. And the judge was like, At the end of the day, you killed your nephew. You killed your nephew. Here's the Griggs family. Yes, I'm so proud. I'm so happy. I am so happy for them. Hey, Mama. God is good.
This is for you.
Hey. Thank you so much.
Now she gay. If you go over to Chronicle Speaks channel and check out her community wall. Give me a minute. My air just popped on and I have no idea why. Maybe I had it on for I don't know, but I gotta go cut it off. But let me say this. She's showing it in the camera right now. But if you go over to Chronicle Speaks channel and you go on her community wall, she put up a post showing this, I want to say medallion or whatever that she
Yeah,
gave to.
it's a medallion. Yeah,
Can you explain to them what it is? I'm
yeah,
gonna cut
yeah.
this air off
So,
because
so
It's a jewelry coin.
yeah, yeah. The mother went over to Chronicle Speaks and handed her a coin, and it's on her community page. I'm gonna use it on my promo, and handed it to her and said, "Thank you so much for your support and everything you did for justice for Dre." I don't know because she was there, she got that, but I don't think somebody else didn't get that. I don't. Trey, do you know was that sent to someone else?
Well, that person wasn't there, so if it was sent, it's gonna be there in about 4 to 6 weeks.
Hmm. I mean, they got a shout out.
Well, she may get the coin when they have their sit down interview.
If it happens.
Okay, we can stop being petty now. We know it's not gonna happen.
I can't do like one show without the pettiness creeping in. It just is what it is.
Sorry.
Yeah, it just won't ever happen. Period. It got to be some pettiness somewhere, but I love it.
Well, we ain't did no new videos or said no
Well,
mean
that
names.
that's true.
And you hold it up. You hold it up your end of the bargain.
Listen, at this point, fuck a bargain, fuck an amendment, fuck everything. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. How I want to say it when I want to say it, and it is what it is. Sick of these damn people. So yeah, but yeah, y'all go over there to the wall and check that out. I think that was. Oh my god, I think that was. I think that was great. You know what I'm saying? So let's see.
Yeah, let me see what that said. Let me hold on. I got it right here.
You gonna read it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna read what the coin is.
Okay.
Okay, so the coin says honor, respect. A word I can't see it, but it says honor, respect on the top, and it has the justice scales with
Mhm.
some wings behind it, and it says I can't read out with the D, but it says D something to duty,
Okay.
and that's what she was. That's what she was given, was that as a gift from the mother.
Okay. Mm. I think that was great.
Not no grits named after her. She got a coin.
Yeah, she got a coin.
Yo, I can't.
It's a nice coin. These coins are. I don't know. I don't know where she got this, but these coins are usually like cities give them out and things like that for things you've
Yeah.
done. So
Yeah.
she may have had this. May and yeah, it is because it's October 14th, 1982.
Yeah, it has
I
Andre's.
think they got
Yeah,
his
It's
birthday
yeah,
in
Andre's
his
yeah.
birthday on
birthday.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's what it looks like. It looks like these are made special
They,
for
yep.
Andre.
Yeah, they were made for people that they wanted to shout out for being there.
So you know
Not
what?
not 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 the ones that were just on YouTube all
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
all in the videos.
yeah. Reading, not for the people reading. The people actually went in and did something, joined something, marched for something,
Took a trip.
took a trip, drove somewhere.
Felt it
Not
necessary to be in the courtroom.
yeah, not sitting in your house reading a transcript 3 weeks later.
Not 3 weeks later. Shout out to Jamila. Love you, sis. Love you, girl. Thank you for supporting the channel. Y'all send up a quick prayer for Jamila for me. I'm not sure if she wants me to say what's going on, and y'all know with y'all I don't have to. Just know that I need y'all to send a quick prayer up for Jamila and a member of her family. Okay, all right, y'all can do that for me, right? All right, thank y'all so much. Thank you, sweetheart, for supporting even at a time when you need our support, and you got it. All right, contact me if you need me.
I even think the Griggs family was more towards them because they didn't change the narrative. They stayed true to the story.
Come on.
The story was
Didn't
about
make it.
it
Made
was
it
about Tim
personal.
Norman. Yeah, it wasn't
Made it
personal.
personal, but
Yep.
personal in the sense that, as far as the Griggs family and what they were going through, but did make it personal as far as themselves.
Yes, didn't go off track and attack an old woman. Stayed on course about the trial, what was going on with the trial,
Let's go.
the background of the trial, what the families going through, not about what a grandmother did 80 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on now.
So that's they deserve the coin if they stayed true to the course and not took it as, hey, I'm gonna get me some clicks and views.
Yeah. Yep. So let's listen. Let's listen some more, y'all. Y'all go over and support Chronicle Speaks and click on this video and watch this video. Watch the visual. Y'all know I don't show visuals on people's stuff because I don't know how people feel about that. But go over there and click this video and start at like maybe the 5 minute mark and see the reaction, and the smiles and the family of Andre Montgomery. They got their t-shirts on, they're representing, and they got some beautiful smiles on their face. They are so happy. Y'all go over there and check out that visual, okay? Hey, Mama, how you doing? Thank you so much. Oh, no, we did it. We did it. Give it a Oh, y'all look beautiful. All right, we're gonna get this, y'all. Okay, I think now they're gonna conduct like a little interview. Okay, so let's listen now. Hopefully y'all can hear it. I hope. But y'all gonna go over there and check her out anyway, right? Okay.
You can look at the camera from there. I'll ask questions, and then we'll be good to go.
You want to get behind me? I know. Okay. I don't know if you want to be on it.
The sea of yellow.
Yes. That's what it means.
All right. So, first question, first and last name. Can you spell it out?
Michelle Briggs, the last name
Awesome. And no E at the end of the show, correct? All right. Tell us about, first off, reaction to what's happened today. First off.
Oh, man. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Yes. Victory. Yes. Victory. Yes. Finally, I can breathe. Yeah. 7 years I've been holding my breath. I can breathe. I can breathe. I can breathe.
I saw you after your statement that you looked at Tim Norman. Tell me why you needed to do that, or what is that feeling when you were up there?
Because if I got to do life, I want him to know that I know that
I don't know if y'all heard that, but she said that if I have to do life, he needs to do life. Meaning she's got to do the rest of her life without her baby. That was a powerful statement.
from the beginning. Andre told me. He told me, he said, Mom, you have to what you did. He still didn't respect my self-esteem. So that's what that was. Let him know I need to.
Tell us about, were you thinking it was going to be like that, or were you worried that potentially it would have been less?
I needed him to get what he was.
I know it will never bring your son back, but do you feel in a way your son also said about from the beginning, you were the one calling, persisting, hoping to get that justice. And today feel like you got justice.
Yes. Justice for sir. Justice for sir. Yes. Our justice for our Andre, justice. God's justice. It's a well-known thing. Justice.
Anything else you want to add, or anything that you would think Andre would be thinking of this moment?
Thank you, God. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Auntie. Thank y'all for trusting and believing in me and seeing it through. And not letting you get away. Get my get away. God makes sure.
Anything else y'all y'all want to add or include?
Thank you for all the support. Thank you everybody who's been following us from A1 day one. We thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Thank you again.
Any word on the foundation?
It's still in the making. And as soon as I know, I'll be sure to let everyone know for their support. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Any actually last words that you want to say if you've had a chance to talk to them? What would you say?
Wow. I never get answers. I can always think and feel.
Let me see, y'all. I'm gonna click on this other because I really have a feeling that y'all can't hear
There's
this
an array of emotions. I really
because she's
appreciate
not
the
like
moment, the time to
she's not close up to them, and I really want y'all to hear this. So I pulled up this other one, and I don't know why it's coming up on my backup channel, but I'm gonna switch over to my main channel. I don't do commercials like in real life. So listen, I'm gonna try to pull up this other one and see if y'all can hear it more clearly, okay? All right, so let's see. Because I think it's like the actual news channel that was up close to them where you can hear. So right now they're walking out the courtroom, coming towards the the press.
Ready? All right. So first question, personal.
Now, just as I thought, this is the actual news lady that's right up on them doing the interview. So y'all listen, okay?
Michelle Griggs, MICHELL,
But no E at the end of Michelle.
No
Correct.
E.
All right. Tell us about first off reaction to what's happened today. First off.
Oh man. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Victory. Victory. Finally, I can breathe. 7 years I've been holding my breath. I can breathe. I can breathe. I can breathe.
I saw you after your statement that you looked at Tim Norman. Tell me why you needed to do that, or what is that feeling when you were up there?
Because if I got to do life, he's going to do life. And I want him to know that I know that he did from the beginning. Andre told us. He told me. He said, "Mama, if you happen to me, Uncle Tim did." And he still gave me respect by saying Uncle Tim. So that's what that was. To let him know I see you. I've been seeing you for the longest.
Tell us about just were you thinking it was going to be a life sentence, or were you worried that potentially it would have been less?
I wasn't worried. I knew God was in control. And I knew that he was going to get what he's supposed to get. And he got exactly what he deserved.
I know it will never bring your son back, but do you feel in a way your son also said about from the beginning, you were the one calling, persisting, hoping to get that justice. Did today feel like you got justice?
Yes. Justice was served. Justice was served. Our justice for our Andre, he got justice. He's not a statistic. It's a well-known fact that he got his justice.
Anything else you want to add, or anything that you would think Andre would be thinking of this moment?
Thank you, God. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, brother. Thank you, aunties. Thank y'all for trusting and believing in me and seeing it through and not letting him get away. He did not get away. God made sure of that.
Anything else y'all want to add or include?
Family, thank you for all the support. Thank you for everybody who's been following us from A1 day one. We thank y'all. We thank y'all very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Any word on the foundation?
It's still in the making. And as soon as I know, I'll be sure to let everyone know for their support. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Any actually last words that you want to say if you've had a chance to talk to them?
Why? I never get answered. I can always think and feel, but I'll never know really why, other than what's been presented in court.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Okay, Miss Charlene, be careful.
Appreciate
Thank you.
the moment, the time.
All right, y'all, that's pretty much it. Let me see, I got a private message. All right, Miss Charlene, be safe, sweetie. I'll see you later. Um, so that was pretty much it on what the family had to say, y'all. So what we're gonna do now? Let me see. See what these messages say, y'all. Hold on. Okay, Juice Kim. Um, Thank you, man, for dropping that link. Y'all go over there and check out Chronicle Speaks, okay? Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna get into Vail. Now, what Vail did last night on the live, that was very, very good. I did not get to watch the entire live, but he broke down the courtroom. He broke down what happened in the courtroom pretty much, and I think I'm really interested in hearing this. It's gonna be good. Like I say, if it goes into over 2 hours, maybe I probably would do a part two, but I really want to get through this. But this live is like 2 hours and 41 minutes. All right.
Truth.
So, huh?
Truth. You want me to explain 2 life sentences?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
A life sentence is a typical sentence in which a person is sentenced to spend the rest of their life in prison. If a person is sentenced to 2 life sentences, it means they are required to serve 1 life sentence after the other. In practical terms, this means the person will not be eligible for parole until they have served the full term of their first life sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Once that sentence is completed, they will begin serving the second life sentence, and again will not be eligible for parole until they have served the full term of that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So if he got 25 years to life, he would serve the 25 years to life, and the next day he begins the second 25 years to life.
Well, can I ask you a question? And maybe Vel is going to explain this. I'm not for sure. Why did he receive? Okay, on what counts? Which I can only guess that one of the counts was the murder count. But what other count? What other charge did he receive the second life sentence for?
It could have been because of the money aspect, defrauding. I'd have to see what he got charged with, but it says that you can get a second life sentence for another charge. So he was charged. He was charged with the murder for hire, and the conspiracy to commit fraud. So it says.
I do know as far as conspiracy. Now I don't know about the conspiracy to commit fraud, but I do know as far as the conspiracy, any type of conspiracy. To be honest, people don't realize that conspiracy charge is deep.
So it says here is convicted in September of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, and murder for hire and conspiracy to commit fraud.
Okay.
So they threw that in there because he hired someone to kill him in order for him to cash in on that insurance policy. If he had just hired him to kill him for some random reason because he slept with his wife or something, he would just be charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire.
Right.
But because he did it for fraud, it's a second charge.
And that could possibly be the one that he got the second life sentence for.
Because it's still murder for hire. And they added murder for hire and conspiracy to commit fraud as the second charge. That's where he got the second life sentence. Just like when someone murders multiple people, they can give you life sentence for each of the people you killed.
Right.
There's guys in prison right now serving 300 life sentences because they committed that many charges, which could carry a life imprisonment. So that the second charge of murder for hire and conspiracy to commit fraud is the second life sentence.
Wow. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's get into Mr. Vail. I love me some Vail. Y'all be sure to drop his link. Y'all go over there and check him out. I got a feeling, like I said, I did not watch this live. But I got a feeling it's gonna be very detailed. My other content that I did way back when this first was happening, Vail is where I got my intel. and he's very detailed, and he gives a lot. So y'all, let's listen. Let's listen. Please, y'all be sure to hit the like button. Let me get to the timestamp. Y'all be sure to hit the like button and feel free to support the channel. Okay. Thank y'all for supporting this live. I appreciate it. So he starts out showing the interview with the Griggs. So we're gonna skip that, okay? Because we already listened to that. Let's see what he's saying.
To let that evil monster get away with what he got away with for almost 7 years, up until recently. So March 14th, which is just a couple days away, is the unfortunate commemoration of the day that Andre's life was taken. So bittersweet to have justice literally right before.
Ask your question, Miss Monica. Ask your question, boo.
For this moment, before that memory of that horrible time. But also hit that like button. And now I'm like, I played that clip and y'all, I was like trying to push back the tears. I'm like, oh Lord, maybe I shouldn't be watching. That clip of earlier today, that was, for those of you who don't know, that was actually earlier this afternoon, right after Tim's sentencing, that Michelle Griggs and the Griggs family did the press conference. And yeah, each time I'm like, that was like the fourth time I've seen it, and I was there, and it's still, yeah, it's like every time it brings me to tears. Definitely hit that like button if you have not as of yet. I will be checking the likes.
All right, and I said, will he get credit for the time? I'm sure, but 6 years on 2 life sentences, he still ain't getting out, child. I'm sure he'll get time. He'll get credit for time served. Mm-hmm.
We'll be taking breaks until we get the likes where they need to be, because this is that's your ticket. This is, this is a work. It's a passion project for sure, but those likes are greatly appreciated, but also very needed for the success of this channel. So I appreciate that in advance, and also subscribing. Real quickly, you saw the commercials on your way in, the Patreon, the Facebook group, all that. I added that into the countdown, so I don't have to spend a lot of time talking about that. Hopefully you saw it, got the information. I'm going to have the Zelles and all that good stuff scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Let me see. Let me try to.
And here we go. That one right. Crime Channel and resulting in death. He got a life sentence one day next week for sure. Also, as far as what occurred today, there's going to be more media coverage, national media coverage when it comes to this, the trial with Andre Montgomery and Tim's sentencing and all of that. ABC Dateline was actually there, a representative from there.
Oh my goodness. That's going to make for good commentary, y'all. Dateline? Oh, I love me some Dateline. Come on with the coverage.
He was talking to people, and so expect that there should be some coverage on that. And I was so happy to see that. I think Alice is having issues, technical issues. So excuse that if it keeps, well, it's popping up, I can see, but that's what's happening. Alice is trying to help backstage and having issues. But anyway, let's get into it. So as you know from the many outlets covering it and YouTubers, today there were as far as YouTubers are concerned, we had Chronicle Speaks, myself and Jay So Extra from Today's Celebrity News. Jay is in the blue shirt and Chronicle is in between us, and then me on the end, if you didn't know. But anyway, they were there again today, and they've been covering it, and they will have more in-depth recorded videos on it as well. And so you pretty much know that Tim was convicted on 3 felony counts: conspiracy to commit murder for hire resulting in death. He got a life sentence for that. Murder for hire resulting in death. He got convicted for life for that one. And the third count was conspiracy to commit mail-in wire fraud that was related to the insurance scam of it, the life insurance policy. and he got 240 months for that. So he had a life sentence, because I could see from comments in various places where I was just browsing that there's some confusion. So life for Tim in Missouri equals 36 years. So it would be 36 years for count 1, 36 years for count 2, 240 months for count 3. However, with these this sentence, he will be serving them concurrently. So that means not serve 36 years and then he got another 36 years. He's serving the 32, all 3 of them all together. So
he pretty much done. Thank you, Honeybee. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, sweetheart. I appreciate it. So proud of you and Flexi. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, y'all, let's go.
So the total amount of time Tim would basically be 81 years old when he is able to be released. And at that point, he will then, well, if he makes it,
he got out, Miss Monica. I think, oh God, listen, he did 10 years for when he did and actually when he committed the first crime. I don't know if he was actually a juvenile that was charged as an adult, but I do know he was fairly young, right? So like, I think like maybe when he got out the first time, he may have been in his late 20s, early 30s, maybe. And I think now he's like in his, I think, to be honest, the time lapse between when he got out for the first crime and when he committed this one, I think, and I could be wrong, I could be off, I think maybe like 10, no more than 15 years. And 15 is stretching it. I don't think 10 was out. I don't think he was out at least 20 years before this, this happened. Because he's just like 40 or 41, I think. So he went out that long. I love this commentary. Just let you know. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Sue.
I'm not seeing concurrent.
Yeah. So you're not seeing.
I didn't see concurrent. They didn't state concurrent.
Yes, it is concurrent. Yes,
it
is.
Okay, because in the thing I saw, it didn't say concurrent, which means they're gonna run side by side.
Yeah, Vel's gonna mention that later in this live.
No, he did. He just did that they were concurrent.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty much done.
And again, in 36 years, they could come up and say, "I don't believe he should be paroled."
Facts. That's only when he's able to.
Yes, he's not going
to get parole.
Yeah, he's not going to see his first parole hearing for 36 years. So at 81, he'll be going in front of the parole board for the first time.
Yeah. Done.
He will. He'll then have probation. I'm sorry, my brain's shutting down on me. He'll have probation, and it was a 5-year probation for, I think, the life sentence, and 3-year probation. So it should have been like a total of 8, but I think he's just doing the 5 years because I think that's running concurrent too, or something that Judge Ross was saying. But anyway, so that's that. So that's the official part of this. Now let's get into the other stuff. So also in the press conference, part of our interactions with the Griggs family is, of course, and you can't see it because my chair is so low, but I have on today my Justice for Andre, or Justice for Dre t-shirt, which was gifted to us by Michelle Griggs and the wonderful Griggs family, as well as today when you saw her hugging us in the clip I played earlier. In the beginning, she actually gave us all this commemorative medallion, a coin.
So he pretty much got the same medallion that Chronicle Speaks got. That's what he's speaking about.
All right, go ahead, Bill.
And here comes the petty.
I just said, go ahead, Bell. Get your coin in your shirt.
All right, y'all. Here we go.
And let's see. Oh yeah, good. Y'all can see it. So it's really heavy too, y'all. So she. Hold on. Somebody. Okay, somebody had muted me. Okay, I think we're good. So she gave us this coin, and then it's really heavy, and then that's the back of it. I also took a picture and put it in our Facebook group and somewhere else. But anyway, if you want to see it, go to our Facebook group if you want to see it again. So let's get into the trial. So picture this. I arrived at court somewhere around 9:30 this morning. As I was going through the security line, because remember we have to go through security and all of that. When I was going through the security line, I ended up, I don't know why I always end up coming in with people who are key parts of this of these hearings or trials. But I end up being right behind Tim's attorney, Michael Leonard. I was about to get his name. Michael Leonard, and let me put his picture. I'm like, gotta pull pictures this time for y'all. Michael Leonard and the co-counsel, Gloria Rodriguez. So both of them were in the security line in front of me. They didn't really acknowledge me. I'm sure he's seen my commentary on him. There was no interaction really, but no dirty looks or anything. But we all, we parted ways. We went, in our respective directions, and then I went up to the courtroom. And so, I forgot my glasses are in the car, so don't be like, "Where your glasses?" They in the car, and all I got is the sunglasses up here because that's what I wore, had on, and forgot to switch in the car. But yeah, the T-shirt is beautiful, April. So I'm gonna struggle a little bit. It is what it is, and I might put these sunglasses on when I read the comments. We have our moderators in the back, Alice Blessed Child of God and Precious G. So they'll be starring comments throughout this, and what I'll do is, at the end of once I get through reading, doing the recap, then I'll go through the comments and answer any questions. So if you have questions, you can be putting them in now, and then our wonderful backstage singers, aka moderators, they'll start them for me to read later. And thank you in advance for everyone who's sending cash apps and super chats and all that. I'll acknowledge those at the end as well. All right, so let's get into it. What I noticed today when I got to the got in the courtroom, there were a lot of people from the trial. So people from the public who had been coming through the trial, who really some of them hadn't been there for the other sentencing hearings. They actually came for Tim's hearing, and I saw also it was a group of some of the FBI agents who were also a part of the case, though some who had been there every day of the trial, and a couple who had actually been witnesses. There was one who was an analyst, the FBI agent who is the actual person who arrested Tim at his home in Mississippi, the one that Tim was saying, Tim said took his phone, without a warrant and all this other stuff. So he was there. So it was just officials in there originally, and people from the public. And then when we get to the people of note that you guys will be interested in, the Montgomery family started to walk in, and the first person to walk in was Monique's daughter, and I always forget her name. So somebody put Monique's daughter's name in the chat, and I'll glance down at the live chat and say her name. But she walked in first. She pretty much looks the same. She's a grown woman now, I think, but she pretty much looks the same. And then Janice, I didn't bring her. Naya, thank you, Matria. Naya, Monique's daughter, she came in. Then Janice, they kind of came in at the same time, but they went separate ways. So I don't know. I think they were together, like came together, but they sat in different areas. Janice, who is Miss Robbie's sister, she appeared. Then Monique came in a little bit behind them, a minute or two behind them. And Monique actually spoke to us. She acknowledged us because we sit in the back, of course, in the media area, like the back row. But she actually turned and acknowledged us. And she didn't have, like, she could have just walked past us and it wouldn't even seem like shade because we're kind of hidden in the corner. But she literally spoke. She was the only one who spoke, but she spoke. So, hey.
That damn Bill. He can be a little petty and shady too, but listen. So for those that did catch my commentary on this when I was doing it back during the trial, Val and Monique had a little hiccup in the beginning, but I think they eventually I think they talked. I think they talked, and I think they you know, kind of sort of came to a little understanding or whatever. So I think Monique, because Val, along with the other YouTubers that cover this, as far as Chronicle Speaks and Jay, I can't remember her name, Jay something, but anywho, listen, they didn't hold no punches when it came to what they felt about Tim. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, they was watching their commentary. They was literally watching their commentary, and yeah.
Hey, Monique, loved you on the show. Hope y'all get a reboot or something. But and then the Griggs family came, and so the Griggs family, it was hard. I've just had problems with my eyesight today, y'all, and ended up with my darker sunglasses in the courtroom, so I couldn't see, so I couldn't tell who all was with the Griggs family today. But here they are. So we had Aunt Karen. Aunt Sharon is Michelle's sister as well, the one who basically, they look almost like twins. And then Mama Griggs, and then I forgot to get the young lady on the end's name, and then Darren, and Karen is the one who is the one on the end to the, well, it'll be our right of Michelle. She's the one who is in the clip of my plot timeline video. She's the one who's speaking about how she came to visit Andre here in St. Louis, and he was living a couple doors down from Tim's penthouse apartment, but he was living in a studio efficient apartment, basically just with, as she said, with a rusty stove and Salvation Army furniture and stuff, hand-me-downs.
And see, that's the thing. Like when we was talking about this back when the trial was going on, and they were saying that you know, Tim was living in a penthouse apartment and and Dre was living in sort of, because I think a word that was used back then was like a closet. Yeah, I think they said something like he was living in a closet. But this is the thing. One thing I know about high-rise apartments and expensive apartments now, it's not like just the penthouses are nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish we had like a visual of what Dre was staying in, because they made it seem like he was pretty much staying like a peasant, you know, living like a peasant.
If a building has a penthouse, the rest of the apartments are not going to be bad.
That's what kind of behooved me. I was like, and I know that, you know, people had to say whatever or said whatever they felt, you know, during this time, because this, you know, it's very emotional and things of that nature. But it was hard for me to believe that if he stayed 2 doors down from Tim and Tim stayed in a penthouse, that what he was staying in would be like so bad. Now I get it that it was probably an efficiency apartment, which to me means like just one big area, you know, like it's like, you know, one room, but it had like the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, you know, whatever. But I wish we had a visual. I don't know if it's out there. If it is, I'll probably try to find it because I'm curious.
Truth, I thought they said he stayed in the building next to the building where Tim stayed.
Yeah, that might be better. But
yeah,
they're saying he stayed in the same building.
Yeah, they're saying that he stayed in the same building, a couple of doors down from Tim's apartment. So I'm just not comprehending that Tim could be staying in such a nice penthouse, and 2 doors down is the hood. Like I don't get it.
You don't buy your own stove in an apartment. Stove is usually provided, correct?
To
To make a point about a rusty old stove. Okay.
It just to me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Now I'm not questioning it or whatever, but it just don't make sense to me. Anyway, let's go.
So that's who were in appearance, and as you see, they have on our Justice for Dre shirts. And then, when the family, some of note I put here was when the Griggs family walked in, the investigators that I mentioned, they were sitting on the Griggs side of the courtroom, and they ended up hugging them. They all hugged individually, which I thought was really, really cool. I had never seen them interact like that. So that through this tragedy and through this experience and all of this time, they have built, a level of a relationship, because these people were key in helping Michelle Griggs and the Griggs family get the justice that they deserve. She pushed, she finally got the right people to listen, and those people worked with her to get us to this day. And so this is beautiful seeing that. So much support. Then Tim Norman himself, they walked over so he came through the prisoner entrance. Remember, that's towards the front of the courtroom in the corner. And that's the side of the court that I was on. So we saw the marshals going over to the door. So we're like, oh, Tim about to come through. So sure enough, after a minute or so, Tim ends up coming through. Tim was shackled and handcuffed. He looked basically just like this, just darker skinned and wider hips. But Tim had on a bright orange jumpsuit. But I really feel like Tim actually had it wasn't the jumpsuit, it was the shirt and the pants separate. But it was definitely bright orange like this. And Tim appeared pretty much like he looked at court. What we agreed on was Tim in Titanic hips.
So, okay.
But what we agreed on was Tim's face had gotten a little fuller, because he looked very gaunt during the trial. Like, I think that's stress because he was hoping he would get off. Now he's settled into like, well, like I ain't getting off, so I guess I can start eating again. But he wasn't big. Like, he's smaller. Tim was about the size of when the show first started. Maybe even a little smaller than that. Like, you remember 7+, whatever, over a decade ago when the show first started, Tim wasn't as thickums as he became over time. So he looked like that. He looked healthy. He actually just looked healthy. Whereas during the trial, although he was slimmer, he looked unhealthy too. His face just looked gaunt, like sunken cheeks and stuff. You could see the stress on him. He was shackled. His feet were shackled, and his hands were shackled to his, I guess they have the chain belt handcuff thing. I ain't in law enforcement. I don't know what you call it. Y'all know what y'all call it. Some of y'all know. But he had one hand was shackled to that chain around his waist, and the other hand was free. So they like, we ain't gonna let you be free because we ain't taking no chances. So so he used that hand to like pull out his chair, and he sat down and all of that. Then once Tim came in, it was almost like somebody gave him a cue or something, like, okay, Tim is walking in, y'all come in too. But they came in they came in the main entrance where everyone else, the public and where we all come in. Tim came through the prisoner's entrance in the front of the courtroom. But it literally, as soon as he came in and sat down, they started walking through, and I was like, oh, they must have got the cue. So as the Montgomery family filed through, now I don't have no pictures of them today because when they came out, I happened to be getting coverage of, I think, Michael Leonard. Somebody was speaking, so I was actually just recording someone's news conference. So I was told later that I missed them during that time. But they filed out at the end. They walked out of the court building, scurrying along the side like mice. Let me stop. Let me not start with the shenanigans. Let me stop. But that's what mice running along the baseboard.
I mean, come on now. You got to know them people. Listen. I told y'all, one of my things about me is that I could pretty much have sympathy and empathy for anybody. I put myself in people's shoes. And you got to know that, Miss Robbie, Auntie Jan or Monique or whoever else was there, listen, they don't want no mic in their face. They don't want to talk. They don't, they were not celebrated. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I can understand why they took the side route and didn't want to be bothered, didn't want to talk. I get it. I get it because I know people don't take, other people's situation seriously, but the same way I, felt bad for Michelle Greaves and her family, I also felt bad for Miss Robbie and her family because we got to realize that they had no hand in what Tim decided to do. And those people are suffering. See, that's what people have to realize when they decide to do things such as what Tim did. And you got a huge family, and then you commit a crime within the family, which divides the family. See, motherfuckers like Tim don't think about that. They don't think about you're gonna cause division. Not only are you gonna cause so much hurt and pain, but you're also gonna cause division within the family. You know what I mean? So, as much sympathy and compassion that I have for the Greaves family, I also have for the Montgomery family, minus Tim, especially Miss Robbie.
They don't walk out in the open. So you scurried along the side of the building and then went a long way towards their car, towards the parking lot. So no interaction, and none of that. They just left. I said here that Miss Robbie came in. I almost missed her because again, I don't be as focused because it'd be so long. I'll be forgetting what I need to be paying attention to. Miss Robbie comes in. She has on a blue medical mask, but it's really low. It was almost like, Miss Robbie, just take that off. Like we know who you are for one, but for two, it was like it was hanging. So I think it wasn't just even here. Some people will put it below it seemed like it was more like here. I was like, why is it on your face? But she had it hanging down. I love you. Well, I still love you, Miss Robbie. But she had her mask hanging down. She had on a black bomber jacket, but it was like, it wasn't leather, but it was very shiny. It was everything she wears looked very expensive. But I couldn't see everything else because again, I looked up at the last minute. But what I did notice was her hair be tight, y'all. Her wigs be tight when she be coming. This one today, I thought I remember seeing a picture with it. So I had thought I was just going to go right to a picture of it. And then when I started looking at pictures, I'm like, oh, I can't tell if it was this one, or this one. So the wig I think it might have been this wig, but it seemed darker. But it could be the lighting in this picture that makes this seem lighter than what it is. I don't know, but it was long length like this. It was kind of curly. But to me, in person, it looked about this color. But the curls looked to me more like that. So
really,
I don't know. It was one of those. It was a combination.
I mean, like honestly, really, Val. I mean, I know you detail. You pay attention to a lot of shit, but really, the wig. Are we really gonna do 5 minutes of commentary? This dude literally put up like 3-4 pictures of Miss Robbie's wigs. Okay, shout out to Miss Robbie. That woman looks good. She definitely don't look like what she's been through.
Today, tight. The wig was tight. It was. She looks very like what we call it. I'm old school, so I call it a jazzy old lady. So she looks like a jazzy old lady. But what you can see is that Miss Robbie literally. It's so sad because it seems like she's aged since his arrest. Like it's been accelerated. So even to me,
yeah, I get it. Rashid, oh, you got it, bro. You got it. Listen, really? Yeah, she's aged. She's not only aged probably in appearance, but in emotions. She probably got a couple of health problems she been dealing with. I mean, all of that. 7 years of this shit, hell, that'll age anybody.
Since the trial, she seems a little slower, a little frailer. It's sad. It's heartbreaking for me to see. So let me see what else. Yeah, because that was about all I caught with her. So who else was with her? And they came in kind of like as an entourage, almost as usual. JR was there. Damn, I forgot to pull this picture in. But y'all remember Tim's friend JR, who was on the show for the first 2 seasons until rumor is Tim got jealous because JR was getting more popular and he was more entertaining on the show. So Tim kind of wrote him off the show. So we saw him like the first 2 seasons, never heard from him again, but they've been friends the whole time. Tell me how that works. But reality TV. So, and Michelle from the show, cousin Michelle, she was there. She had on a medical mask. Well, she had on a mask, like face mask. I can't remember if it was the traditional medical looking one. No, I feel like it wasn't for sure. But anyway, she had on a mask, but we know what you look like, Michelle. But hey, Michelle, loved you on the show as well. Mr. Bussey appeared as well. I feel like this one lady, she looked so familiar. I feel like she was that business manager who worked in the office at the Sweetie Pie's upper crust location that we saw on the show occasionally. But then there were, some other people that you guys would not know. There was this one guy, I don't even know why I'm mentioning because I can't find it. I wouldn't be able to find a picture of him, but I feel like he was on the show towards the last few seasons. He looked very familiar and he definitely knew the family, but he didn't come in with them. He was there before them. So I don't know, but he was there as well. So I feel like that was another one of Tim's friends. So in total, there were about 13 people with the Montgomery family. But those are the ones that I actually wrote down. Okay, so then Judge Ross, pretty much immediately once they file in, Judge Ross then calls the court to order. He comes out. Judge Ross begins to read the docket of the timeline of events. So he says, on July, blah, 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 of this date, Tim Norman was indicted. And we had a conference on this date and this happened. And he just kind of went through that timeline. Things are happening so quick, y'all. I swear, I think I wrote down like, you know what? If Tim appeals, well, not if, when Tim appeals this, we'll be able to get the transcripts on this too. So we will have the details. Because I couldn't keep up. This is so much harder. The sentencing hearings are so much harder than the trials because, like I stated before, I don't get the breaks between questions that you get when there's a trial and people are being questioned and the lawyers or the attorneys have to think of their next question or read something before they ask something else or show evidence and all that. And it gives me time to catch up to what I was right. I don't have none of that time. It's just people just talking. So did the best I could. So anyway, he went through that. All while he was doing that, Tim was just looking straight ahead. He had to look like to the side to see the judge. So he was just looking the whole time. My perspective of the front of his face, it was the same as I explained with Terica. I could only see the side and back of their heads just because of the position I was sitting in. So I couldn't see his facial expressions. I could just see a little bit of body language from the torso up, really the shoulders up. And the head movement. That was it. Judge Ross then starts to speak of Tim's emergency motion to delay sentencing because he's trying. I feel like Tim was like, if I could just hold you up for saying it, Judge, maybe some kind of way we can figure out how to get me out of this. Like, just please don't say it. We know it's happening, but don't say it. So he was just doing whatever he could to try to delay it. So Judge Ross gave the 3 points, and I only caught the third one because the government had objected to 3 points, and then that's all I had. I couldn't keep up with it. Says, let me see what I was writing here. So this is what that was about. So, tricks and stuff. Did I write it here? Wait, I want to get ahead of myself. Now I'm gonna say it here. But anyway, so supposedly there's an objection because there is a mysterious new witness who is related to the situation between YL and Tim. So supposedly, now this ain't me. Don't throw no tomatoes at me because I'm just repeating what was said.
Miss Monica.
Supposedly,
hold on.
During YL's and Tim's interactions and dealings.
Hold on, because I want y'all to hear this part. But listen, Miss Monica, once he's convicted, and is just coming in for sentencing, he's no longer given that option of wearing the suit. Mm-mm. You're you are now, and you were before you were convicted because you didn't have bail, but you officially become property of in his case, the feds. Like, you're
Okay,
not.
they feel if you wear your prison garb while you're coming to court, it will uh, bias the jury.
Mm-hmm.
Jury will not see you as a human being, but a convicted criminal. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why they allow people on trial to wear suits and their street clothes, so not to give the
Mm-hmm.
perception to the jury that they've already been convicted, and that so there's no jury. The judge already knows who he is, so he's
Mm-hmm.
not allowed to put a suit on there. And they don't really like, they watch you get dressed because they're worried that the suit that was given to you may have hidden something.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've been convicted, that putting on your little party clothes is over.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to
Yep.
be interrupt you.
Oh no, you good. Thank you for yeah, that's yeah. My mom was like, "Man, Robert could have brought him a suit." Baby, he done. All right. Oh Lord. Did I exit out? Oh no. So now he's gonna talk about some kind of new discovery, y'all. Let's listen. And we're gonna be on here maybe 15 more minutes. I don't know, I hadn't decided yet, but at least 15 more minutes, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. All right. Feel free to hit the cash app and support the channel.
So he's trying. I feel like Tim was like, if I could just hold you up for saying it, Judge, maybe some kind of way we can figure out how to get me out of this. Like, just please don't say it. We know it's happening, but don't say it. So he was just doing whatever he could to try to delay it. Judge Ross gave the 3 points, and I only caught the third one because the government had objected to 3 points. And then, yeah, that's all I had. I couldn't keep up with it. Says, geez, let me see what I was writing here. So this is what that was about. So, tricks and stunts. I did I write it here? Wait, I want to get ahead of myself. Now I ain't gonna say it here. But anyway, so supposedly there's an objection because there is a mysterious new witness who is related to the situation between YL and Tim. So supposedly, now this ain't me, don't throw no tomatoes at me because I'm just repeating what was said. Supposedly, during YL's and Tim's interactions and dealings, while doing the insurance policies or whatever, there was another party, unknown, unspoken party, who was privy to what was going on, and they're saying with had that person testified during the trial way back in September, like, do y'all realize we're in March of the following year? But way back in September, had they testified, YL would not have been charged, and so therefore Tim would also not be charged, at the very least, with the mail and wire fraud piece, the insurance crime part of it. That's their claim. So Tim's attorney says he feels like with this person, YL would have not been convicted. So the government, so Judge Ross, he then addresses the government and say, what y'all got to say about that?
When I tell you, I don't know what me and Robert paying them damn lawyers, but they getting their money's worth. And I'm pretty sure, hey Sky, I'm pretty sure with the appeal and everything that's gonna go on, they're gonna continue to get that money's worth. I mean, they really trying their best, honey. Shout out to Nina Wright. Thank you, Nina Wright, for supporting the channel. I honestly appreciate you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Yeah, them lawyers working day and night. Scott said Tim didn't receive a fair trial, period. Oh wow. You want to hit the link? You want to talk about it, girl? I
Well,
love a
so
opposing opinion.
so what he's saying is this person will testify that the insurance person wasn't involved, which would take away the conspiracy to defraud, which is the second life sentence.
Well, to be honest, what he's saying that they said don't make sense because you got to remember, Wiley got the 3 years he got not because they believed that he knew that Andre would be killed, but he got the 3 years because he did commit fraud as far as, you know,
Yeah.
Andre's signing the documents and things of that nature. So if he wasn't convicted nor sentenced for knowing about the murder, what this person has to say? What does that mean?
I guess they're trying to say that he wasn't in. There was no well. The problem with that was the way he set up the policy wasn't the correct way. I guess that's what they're trying to
And we
say.
all know that. I mean,
Yeah.
they literally lied and committed fraud in order
Hmm.
to come up with those insurance policies. But from what I understand, Wiley was not. He was convicted of that part or a sentence or whatever. But he wasn't held responsible for knowing
No,
that Tim was going to do what he did. So
no.
that to me, that doesn't
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
yeah. Well, I guess they're saying the conspiracy to commit the wire fraud part of it
Hmm. Hmm.
would be thrown out. Maybe the 240 months that he got for that.
But and what does that do for the 2 life sentences?
I don't know.
Ah!
But I mean, so he doesn't. They're all They're all going concurrently, so it wouldn't matter anyway. But again, if they get one of the convictions overturned, they could try to squeeze for a new trial because
Mm,
that happens sometimes. If you can get one of the convictions overturned, you make it a reasonable doubt that maybe they made a mistake on the other ones too.
okay.
So remember, our justice system is based on reasonable doubt.
Mm,
Before you convict someone, there should be no doubt in your mind that they committed this crime. It's not a maybe they did it. Well, it sounds like they did it. Well, it looks like they did it. It's they did it.
mm-hmm.
Any doubt means either it's going to be a new trial or they're acquitted. That's the way the justice system works.
Okay.
So any
Well,
doubt they could put out there could grant Tim a new trial. And I guess Sky is saying that it wasn't a fair trial to
oh,
begin
let me
with.
drop the link. Speaking of Sky, I don't know if Sky wants to come up. And we could discuss it, child. We could talk about it. She said she don't think he received a fair trial. That's
On what grounds did he not receive? Was there witnesses? Because a fair trial uh, bases on all the evidence has been shown to each side. There's no
so.
there's no evidence that the prosecutor and the defense attorney cannot see. They have to see all the evidence.
So Sky says, Tim is a horrible man. However, everyone is due a fair trial. The judge didn't allow lawyers to present their case. A new trial in the making. I'm at work, Truth. Would love to discuss this topic with you. Oh, absolutely. If you need to email me, my email is on the screen, sweetie. We can talk about it. You can hit the link. However you want to do it. I know you say you're at work, so we can talk about it at a later time. We'll be talking about this, I know, at least through the weekend. So yeah, whenever you ready, let's go. But life is on the third season of that, so if you can scratch some time out, Tim will have a chance to see outside.
Yeah, but that won't take the if they're to get the conspiracy for wire fraud taken off, it would just mean he doesn't have to serve that part of the 200.
Yeah, and that's my new compared to the other charges.
Yeah, they're all concurrent. So once the 240 months or whatever he got are gone, it's gone. He's still serving the life sentences.
Let me say this to Scott because I don't know if I've expressed this enough when I've talked about this case. Oh, actually, no, because I really hadn't done any commentary on this. I did not cover Travail's sentencing. I did not cover, I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. I did not cover Terrica's sentencing. I did not cover Wiley's. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. But let me say this as far as these sentences. with all these people that's involved in this bullshit. I don't think anybody other than Tim, right? I don't think anybody other than Tim received proper sentences. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because of what I'm presently going through in real life, and I have zero tolerance for the bullshit. Um, I, I feel like, especially with Travell, I feel like, and I think I stated this earlier, Travell should have gotten life. I think Wiley, even though he was sentenced to 3 years, probably will be out in a year, if not less. Okay? Because this is the thing. If you think about it, you were convicted and sentenced for committing fraud as far as insurance money. And common sense, this is common sense. Not only because I watch a lot of crime shows, not only because, you know, I know what I know. What would be the purpose of fraudulently getting an insurance policy against a 21-year-old young man? Like honestly, like
It's money for him.
think of. I know it's money for him, and that's the sickening part about it. Cause listen, you can't tell me that when this man set out and chose to commit fraud in order to get this insurance policy for Tim, that he didn't think it was a motive behind it. So if you thought the motive was money, let's just say you didn't know for facts that he was gonna have this young man killed, right? But if the purpose of getting an insurance policy on somebody is the money factor, how do you get the money?
If they die.
You get what I'm saying? So you can't tell me that this man, in the back of his mind, didn't think that that it was a reason why Tim was so gung ho about getting his life insurance policy. I mean, to get a life insurance policy is part of life, and every grown up should do it. But when you got to commit fraud to get it, you're gonna commit fraud to receive it, or you're gonna commit murder.
Sky is saying he wasn't killed for the insurance policy.
What was he killed for?
Maybe the money that Tim thinks he stole.
Okay, so if that's the case, why are you so adamant about getting a life insurance policy? Just kill him. Why you gotta have? Why you not only? Why would you? Why are you gonna only set out to kill a young man, but then also in part receive money for his death? That doesn't make sense to me. Sorry.
Well, but again, he's 20. Was he 21?
21.
21, and you're his uncle, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're his uncle.
Mhm.
I mean, I understand parents getting insurance policies
Mhm.
on people, but they don't get astronomically amounts put on their children. They get enough to basically bury them or whatever should happen if God forbid that did happen. When you put an amount that he put up there on somebody, you're paying a hefty fee every month for that amount of money. There's a
Mhm.
reason behind it.
Especially you not being his parent, you ultimately not really responsible for burying him, and him being gone doesn't affect your pockets as far as taking away from it. So why would you do that? Like honestly, why would you feel the need to put such a large amount on this child? Cause see, truth be told, you shouldn't have benefited money wise at all. For what? You know? Hey, K Shell. Just woke up from okay. Welcome, sweetie. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, that's the question. What's the motive behind the policy?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't tell me that this insurance man was oblivious to that.
Yeah, usually people would ask you what's the reason. What reason do you want this policy? And
I,
I don't think Wally did any of that. Okay, how much you paying? Okay, that's how much you got to pay every month
And I think he should have held. I think he should have been held more accountable for that than 3 years. Hey, Natasha, thanks for coming in, sweet. I appreciate you. Sky said that was just a wannabe treat. He remembered the policy. That policy was in place for other reasons. Dre was gang banging. Tim was being uncle at the time. His parents wasn't doing okay. But I get that, Sky. I honestly get that. But still, what was the purpose of Tim having an insurance policy on Dre? Because, okay, let's just say he didn't plan on killing him. So he banked on the fact that he was going to die because he was into this music and da 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 da. And even though he's just my nephew, I still deserve to receive money once he does die. Like, come on. I can't. I can't wrap my head around it being okay what Tim did, even with the insurance money.
Yeah, but the stupidity of it all is if you have an insurance policy on someone and they get killed, you're in the suspect pool. It's called who? The simple
It's
question.
called motive.
Yeah, who benefits from your death? That's the first thing that a homicide detective will look at. Who benefited from this person's death? Who had a grudge against this person? Who benefits the most from his death? Those are the two main things that are first looked at before anything
Keep talking
else.
to you. I'll be right back.
All right. That's the first. Who has a grudge against? Do you know if anybody disliked him? Was there any arguments? Who is going to benefit from this person's death? They're the first people on the list. And then if they find out there's a huge insurance policy and there's only one beneficiary and it's not his parents, you're number one suspect. You're the one they're going to look at immediately. You're on the first list to be looked at when you're the beneficiary of a policy and you're not the mother or father. That's the reason that the Alex guy was looked at too, was because there was insurance policy on both his wife and his son. So Tim has to be the biggest idiot I've ever seen.
Oh, definitely. We been yes. Crazy, huh?
You know, the reason you hire somebody else to do your work is so that you're not the one they're looking at. But as soon as you get a insurance policy, your name comes back into it, and now the people that they've caught for killing this person is going to be they're going to try to connect that person back to you. And the dummies you picked, you know damn well they ain't never had $10,000, $5,000 in their life. Come on. They're going to spot that at me. Well, the other day they were just flashing money. Okay, there we go. There's our first suspect. Where does, you know, once they find one, it's not hard. It's not hard to find the others. Once you find one roach, there's going to be a bunch more hiding behind that one running out too. You just got to shake the tree a little more to see what falls out.
Yep. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I have an unpopular opinion. Tim is trash, but I don't think that Dre's maternal family was the best either. If I see my nephew living in squalor the same day he would. You know what? Is that Scorpio? I think it is. Yeah, Scorpio. You know what, Scorpio? If you go back to my content that I did during the trial, when I was covering this during the trial, I also had a popular opinion too. I did. And it wasn't so much as judging the family or, you know, saying that they did anything wrong. It was a lot of questions that I had as a parent and thinking as a parent. I don't think I really want to get into the opinions that I had, but I will be sharing out. So y'all can go back for those that just not started following me. I'm gonna be sharing out some of the videos that I did back in the day when this was going on, because I did have some opinions too that I don't think were very popular when and it wasn't opinions, pretty much it was questions. And one of the main ones that I had was the fact that Dre went back to St. Louis with his family members, knowing that he felt like his life was in danger. I couldn't understand why, and I'm not going to say why he was allowed, because he was a grown adult, make his own decisions. But I just feel like if I knew that, my son was going back to a state to where he thought his life was in danger, I don't think I would have allowed, and I mean allowed, him to go alone. So yeah, I had some opinions about that too, Scorpio.
Yeah, can I say something true?
Of course, fine. Go ahead.
We keep forgetting that this young man was an adult.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have control over your children, adult children, when they become adults.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make decisions and do what they feel they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have to settle and live in that apartment or efficiency or wherever it was that he was living in? No. He had a choice. And you can't blame his family for the way he was living in another state.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. People need to stop putting blame on parents when it's not necessary, when it's not warranted. I mean,
Oh, I'm definitely not putting blame, because
yeah,
I do know as having as young adults as your children, that they absolutely, when you say go left, they go right. You say go right, they go left. I get that. I would
yes,
never blame a parent for the decision that a child made.
right.
Cause yeah.
It's just not right, because we're not responsible for the decision our adult children makes. Once they
Mm-hmm.
leave the nest, you are no longer responsible for their behavior and their actions.
Mm-hmm.
And to turn it around, let's go back to Miss Robbie. People need to stop blaming that woman for what Tim chose to do.
Absolutely.
She has nothing to do with the choices that man made that put him where he is today. And that's not fair to her.
Mm-hmm.
My heart is torn for both of these mothers.
Better know it. Yep.
And it's easy for people to go back. It was the upbringing. It was the parents. No. Stop doing that. Because you can raise your child the best of your ability. They go out here. I ain't got nothing to do if my child want to go out here and rob a bank or take a person's life, because I know in my heart that's not the upbringing that you had. That's all I'm saying. I just hate when people just refer back to the family like the family was supposed to. These are grown people. You could say, don't go, don't do this, don't, I suggest. But at the end of the day, they're going to make their own decision.
Mm-hmm.
You can't force a grown person to do nothing that they don't want to do. And I just wanted to address that from somebody's comment saying, why didn't his family, he was grown.
Yeah. You're right. Okay, y'all. Let's I think I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then we're gonna get out. Let's listen to a little bit more.
They already know about this and they've done some, rebuttal back and forth, but this is like making it official in front of the court. Because Tim's attorney, Michael Leonard, is hoping that they can just hold up this whole process and be like, y'all thought Vel B thought he was going to report on this today and it ain't happening. Like, it was like, that's what they was hoping for. Judge Ross is smarter than that. He's like, it ain't going, it ain't happening. So the government denied the allegations and then objected to it and was like, we just need to continue. because what they were saying was, Judge Ross said what they were alleging was new information for one. He said it is basically, and these are my words, but he said basically it's gossip. Supposedly somebody said that YL said that somebody was involved in something. Somebody said, and now the court is supposed to hold up this whole process because somebody said, "Oh no, y'all didn't know about that. Oh no, he had told me this." Hold up this whole process. Don't give justice for Dre yet. What? So Judge Ross said the information lacks reliability because it's some he said, she said ish. He says and I love Judge Ross because he's shady, but he does it very professionally. He says, and the timing is extremely suspect because it is. This is stunts and tricks. Stunts and tricks. Ross says that Judge Ross then says, I've already delayed this part of it, this sentencing hearing. This was supposed to happen in December. He said there have been other things that have happened along the way that's caused him to push back and do continuances and reschedules and all of that. So he's like, basically, I've been working with y'all. Like, I've been dealing with this BS, and this is the last day. I'm ready to move on to something else. I've been working with y'all. And he says, on top of that, it's double hearsay, double hearsay.
Oh, I hit the pause. I'm sorry.
And rumor. And then he said, it doesn't raise something. And again, he was talking so fast, I put doesn't raise, and it was some more words, and I don't know what else. He says, then he goes in, he's like, and on top of this, let me talk about y'all's sloppy work during this process of the trial. How about this? So then he reminds them that they didn't even subpoena YL.
Wait a minute, let me see what Scott's saying about the judge, because I had my thoughts and opinions on the judge as well. Hold on. Google the judge. That's all I'm saying. Google the judge. What's your thoughts on the judge, Scott? Yeah, what's your opinions on the judge? All right, y'all, let's go.
Until the first day of the trial. Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember, I can't wait to read this transcript with y'all, but y'all remember during the trial how I told y'all that we were like into week 2, I think.
So wait a minute. Scott, even though, like I said, I had my thoughts and opinions. So you mean to say, okay, when we Google, you said prejudice, right? So when we Google the judge, is prejudice going to pop up, or is there things that will pop up on Google about this judge that will maybe indicate that he may be prejudiced? Because I'm pretty sure that when you Google him, that ain't going to just pop up that he's prejudiced. Maybe some claims that he's prejudiced or something like that. But I'm going to do it when I get off of here. Honestly, I am.
When they was like, Tim's.
Yeah, please. I think I'm going to go, it's 2:11, so I think I'm going to go to 12:11, I'm sorry. I mean 12:13. I'm gonna go to 12:30. The truth, are you going live tonight at 7, right? The truth.
Yeah, I'm going live tonight
at 7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. So y'all be sure to drop the truth link in the chat so we can go over there and support prejudice claims. Okay. All right. I'm gonna Google that.
I'm Googling them right now, Judge.
Yeah, please do. We can talk about that when we come back. So y'all do me a favor, y'all. Hey, Chef, good to see you. Y'all, please support this channel. Hit the like button, please, and also feel free to hit the Cash App. Okay, we're gonna go about 15 more minutes, y'all, and then we're gonna get out of here. Well, not sweetie pie, but on fire. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that, me too.
Attorneys was like, wait, y'all ain't gonna call YL? We thought y'all was gonna call YL. we were gonna cross-examine him. Oh, y'all didn't have him on the list? Oh,
and that's another thing. That's another thing when it came to YL. Why wasn't he made to testify? You get what I'm saying? You had Terica, a slow ass, testified. You had Travell, who is clearly remedial, you had him to testify. Why wasn't YL made to testify? Did we ever get an answer?
Yeah, I think didn't he plead the fifth?
But the thing about it is, yeah, he did plead the fifth, but I thought that like,
You have to write the
to
fifth.
me honestly, no, listen, to me honestly, if he did a plea deal to get off, and I say get off because he literally got out. But if he goes into a plea deal, to me honestly, I don't think you should be able to plead the fifth, because that means that you provided this information to the prosecutors to help their case, but you won't be cross-examined by the defendant. And I thought another thing was that everybody should be able to confront their accusers.
Now, if he took the plea deal and they didn't make that part of his plea deal, that's on them. Meaning, when you make a plea deal, they tell you, look, in order to get this deal, I need you to testify.
But the plea deal that he made, but listen, the plea deal that he made was more in favor, of course, of the prosecution. But the prosecution is like, they didn't want him to be able to testify. They didn't want him to, because you're right. If he was gonna have to testify, they would have put it in there. Because he didn't testify he didn't testify at all. He didn't testify. He did give a statement as to what supposedly happened, but he did not have to testify in court at all.
Unless they tell them you have to write down everything. We need a affidavit from you right now.
And see, to me, honestly, that's not fair, though. I think that if he was able to submit some type of testimony as to what happened, whether it be him speaking in court or making a statement, the defense should have been able to question it. That's just my opinion.
Well, here's the thing, though. The prosecutors think both ways. So I'm going to put him on a stand and I'm going to ask him these questions. But defense is also going to ask him some questions that they don't want him to answer.
I know. I agree. And that to me, that's not fair. I don't know if y'all understand where I'm coming from. I really don't, because I just feel like if Wiley was able to testify against Tim and tell his side, and it be written down in stone as to this is what happened, why in the hell is the defense not able to question what he said, what he stated, what he swore to? Yeah, that's how I feel. And again, I'm going to say, Wiley got off scot-free. Wiley got off. Wiley is not going to spend no 3 years. And I don't want to make it a race thing. I don't want to make it nothing about the fact that the justice system is fucked up. Because, first of all, he should have got more than 3 years, because you knew exactly what you was doing. You didn't give a fuck. I'm going to just say it. He didn't care. He didn't care. He didn't care about Dre Hill. He didn't give a fuck about Tim. He just wanted that money. Right? And him receiving 3 years, to me, is bullshit. Like I said, and I'm going to say it again.
We needed him. And so Judge Ross is like, that's on you. Like, if you want witnesses.
And then on top of the fact that he only received 3 years, and the fact that he's probably not going to serve, like I said, he may be out in a year.
You don't depend on the other side to call them. You make sure you put them on the roster to be subpoenaed and all that. So versus them doing all of that prior to the trial, they trying to do it during the trial.
Truth Can't Do a Show on Linda West in the movie Girl in the Closet. Premieres next Saturday, starting next Saturday. I got you, Day.
Oh, YL was like, nah, no thanks. I ain't doing it. Like, I made my plea deal and I ain't trying to get no more trouble. So I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. I plead the fifth. And wasn't answering the door. But yeah, he was going to work every day. I don't know what was happening with that.
Yeah, that client, they couldn't even get in touch with that damn man to serve him when he was just out willy-nilly. That whole Wiley thing, to me, y'all, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Listen, don't get it twisted. Like, I don't I feel like Tim got exactly what he deserved, and I knew it would happen. You know what I'm saying? But as far as this Wiley guy, see, that's the thing. I know how I am about accountability, and everybody has to take it. And it's not fair that this person got what they deserve, but I feel like this person got a slap on the wrist. That shit happens too much. And I guess I feel away because I don't even want to get into it. But anyway, yeah, that's not right. That's not right.
A lot of people will plead the fifth because they don't want to contradict the testimony they gave.
I get every reason why people. I get every reason why a person would plead the fifth. Hell, if I got arrested right now, I'll plead the fifth. I get it.
You shouldn't even say nothing. Plead the fifth to speaking. Don't say nothing. They can't make you talk.
Mm-hmm.
You could just sit there and look stupid, and the only thing you need to ask them is, "May I use the restroom?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have another Coke?" And that's it. That's all you said. And that's your right to remain silent.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I do. Okay. All right, y'all. A little bit more, and then we're gonna get off.
Seemed like they could have got in touch with him if they really want. But they end up getting in touch with his attorney. YL's attorney then told them, "Hey, all I got to tell you is, for one, y'all ain't served him yet, so it's a moot point until you can serve him. But for two, even if you are able to serve him, I'm letting you know now he's gonna plead the fifth. It ain't gonna work for y'all." And so that's what, they end up kind of leaving that situation alone. So so Judge Ross mentioned that big failure on their part. He also said, let me see. Oh, he also said that on top of, because now Tim's side is trying to say, no, see, what happened with him and YL, that wasn't no crime. See what happened when we got a witness. See, you got to hold this up so we can bring in that person. Then Judge Ross was like, on top of that, in July, when YL pled guilty, he attested to the fact that him and Tim committed the crime of mail and wire fraud with the fraudulent insurance policies. Like, YL said it himself. YL didn't say, no, I'm not guilty. YL said, no, I'm guilty. We did this ish together. Yeah, we did. So it don't matter what this hearsay person got to say, because the person you claiming would get off has pled guilty and described what the F happened. And we got text messages. Quit playing in our face. Quit playing in our face. Anyway, so then Judge Ross repeated the fact that that this information coming out at the 11th hour seemed very suspect. So then Judge Ross addressed Tim's acquittal motion. Y'all heard about that as well. Tim was asking for an acquittal. Like, y'all, I keep telling you, this is Tim telling the court, I keep telling y'all made a mistake. I'm not supposed to be in this situation. I always get away with everything. So this your last chance. Give me an acquittal. So Judge Ross then reminded Tim that Tim and his attorneys, that he said that the jury voted unanimously to convict on all 3 counts. So there was no confusion. We didn't have a hung jury. We didn't have one person holding out. All of them was like, no, they're guilty. Like all of them, unanimous. So for one, there was no confusion. Obviously, they weren't confused. He says, in addition, Judge Ross said he didn't believe that there were any errors made on the behalf of the court during this trial. I agree with you, Judge Ross. I didn't see not a nan mistake. He says, so the motions, so he said basically the motions were denied, and we will continue with this sentencing hearing. So stay your ass right there in that chair, because this is about to go down. So then Judge Ross addresses Tim. He tells Tim that, he's going to talk to him and ask him questions, but he informed Tim that you have the option of not answering these questions that I'm going to ask you if you choose not to. So then he goes on to ask Tim the same questions he's asked all of them, like, are you basically in your right mind? Do you understand what is happening right now? he asked him, was Tim on drugs? Tim, said no. He said, then he goes on to say, he said, and now he's never said this to any of the other defendants. He says, you were represented by many attorneys during this process. I was like, he was. I mean, he was changing attorneys like draws in the beginning. He said, but he was with attorney Gloria Rodriguez for a little over a year before Michael Leonard joined. And so he said, Jesus, am I right? Jesus, y'all. Ooh. But he said in that time, so he was basically acknowledging through this whole, what has been 2 years, that this process, the getting to the trial was 2 years. He said through that process, he understands because Tim has had many attorneys changing them like draws, that there could be some issue with that, meaning, everybody being on one accord and understanding what happened and having all the information, etc. So he was making clear, trying to make sure. He asked Tim, had he had the ability to meet with his attorneys and communicate everything to them and get them everything that they needed through this process. Because what Judge Ross is setting up for is this appeal for Tim to not be using it. So that was probably by design too, y'all. All this changing of the guards with the attorneys, because all of this smoke and mirror stuff that he can do, he can later say, see, what had happened was I wasn't represented well because Michael Leonard came in at the tail end, and he didn't get that piece of discovery from the other side, and that would have vindicated me. All of that. He's taking all kind of angles, y'all. Master manipulator, but it don't work with the federal court system.
Yeah, dude. It just don't happen with certain people. But anywho, y'all, I'm gonna stop it right there. We're gonna leave it at right there where the judge is asking Tim all the formal questions to ask to a person that's being sentenced. We do know though, in the end, he did get life, and we'll get into more of this. I won't say I'm gonna come on early tomorrow and continue with y'all. So for those that enjoy this commentary and want to hear the rest of this, we're gonna get into it tomorrow at 8 a.m. Chef say he's the type who believes his own lies weird. Yeah. It's a lot of people out there. It's a lot of people out there that believe their own lies, and then they feel like the more they say it, the louder they say it, to try to make people believe it. People believe their lies. It works sometimes with some people, but not all. But anywho, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to get off here. I will be back in a couple of hours or so, to get a live in before The Truth goes live. And so yeah, it's the weekend, and I will be grinding this weekend. My babies are gone. Tatum is with his daddy, Keyshawn, and no, I may have Tatum. Tatum probably gonna come to me Saturday. Okay, let me say this. His grandma on his daddy's side, which is his daddy's mama, her father passed. So he's out of town, right? He went out of town last night after he left here. And I call it out of town, but it's really like a city over. To go to the funeral, but I think he'll be back Saturday. But yeah, I will be grinding this weekend, y'all. I don't have shit else to do. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off here. Anybody on the panel want to say anything before I get off?
Yeah, I'm gonna head back yonder for a while.
Okay.
Make this promo, and then when I come back from yonder, I'll put the promo out.
Okay.
I know I did not hear a person say that I felt a way about somebody, and then I heard somebody else make me change my mind about the way I felt about somebody. I said, Lord Jesus.
What?
She tried to call us a cult. Oh yeah. Oh, see, I'm not, because that's the one stupid thing that
I'm pretty sure it was a lot of stupid. Listen, Trey. I'm
that
pretty
was
sure
the
it was a lot of.
stupidest. That was the stupidest. This heifer said
What's the
that.
stupidest?
That was the stupidest. This heifer said, well, I thought they was cool, but then UP had to point out to me that they really was. I said, somebody, I just said, wait, you was in the moment. you didn't go live and feel that way when none of the 17 lives you did, but you took Helmet Head to break it down for you how. I said, okay, just stay
Listen, I'm
away,
gonna be
man.
honest. I'm gonna be honest. Now we can talk about. Well, I ain't gonna even talk about them heifers on my second channel, but I definitely don't want to mention them heifers on this channel. I ain't got time for that manipulation, all that flip flopping, all that. Even though I was supporting Truth and Trade, even though the bitch was over there saying this shit for years, that all of a sudden a light hit me on my brain or hit me in my spirit, and now I believe everything she's saying. Type crap. I'm not finna entertain that bullshit. Fuck them and fuck everything that was said. I don't care I don't care. Cause see, listen, Trey, what you have to do is let people reveal themselves. All you gotta do, sound like that dude on Players Club. All you do is spin records. What, Bernie Mac? All you gotta do is sit back and let a motherfucker keep talking. That's it. Just let them keep talking. Cause that dumb shit, they dig their own grave. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, I don't even understand what you said was said. Somebody said you believe something and then you change your mind. See how that shit
No,
works?
no,
That's dumb.
yeah. The lady that's making all the noise, I was a man of valor. You were a good person, but it wasn't until they saw a video from Helmet Head breaking down the video where I said, "Stay away from me," that she was like, "Oh, they didn't want me up there anyway." This is a whole bunch of this. It's stupid stuff, pretty much. I'm just gonna. The last thing you text me, man, was "I'm a man of valor." I'm gonna leave it at that. All that other stuff you saying, man, everything else you saying, man, I don't care. The last thing you said to me, man, was I was a man of valor, and you asked me to help you with your channel. Leave me alone, groupie.
I'm finna go, y'all, cause Trey having a moment. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Funberry, you have a good day. Fun, are you working?
I'm here.
Are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you stop staring at me, phone?
The truth, I need you to look deep into my eyes.
Oh God, don't do it. Don't do it.
Staring at me.
What's
I'm
up with the
Norbert.
gold toilet, D Truth?
I'm the king. I got a gold damn toilet. King of the squatters.
For the squad.
The king of the squatters deserves a gold toilet and gold toilet paper.
I can't not.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh shit.
Welcome to my throne.
I ain't even think about that when I saw that damn toilet. Honestly, I've been trying not to look at it. I don't like sitting there looking at toilet stools and shit. The
It's
fuck?
gold.
Like,
It's gold. It's gold.
I don't give a damn if it was bronze.
Everybody
But it
wants a
look a
gold
little
toilet.
dirty on the toilet seat. What's the problem?
That is a shadow, ma'am. That is a shadow.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, y'all make me laugh. Y'all make me laugh. I love y'all. Listen, we gonna get off here. I'll be back. I see y'all in a couple of hours. Fun, you have a good day at work, sweetheart. Thank you for hitting the link. I appreciate it.
Peace out.
Look at D Truth. Oh Lord, that thing. But anywho, uh y'all crazy. All right, y'all. Trey, you ain't changed your mind about going live?
I'm in shade rehab. If I go live, I'm gonna be shady as hell. So I need to just chill.
Okay, great. I agree. I agree.
Well, you stay in rehab, sir.
I know that's right. All right, y'all, let's go. Let's get it. It's the weekend. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, never stress. Be careful out there in them streets. Not only your real life streets, but the YouTube streets. Be very, very careful. What's the topic later today, Miss Tina? Well, I got to go check out because I digressed from YouTube on yesterday. I think the only thing I supported yesterday, I think Raina. I don't want to lie. I did share some stuff out. I did hit up Raina, but I haven't like watched anything for commentary. But I was informed that I needed to watch Dalvin's video with Nicole. And then
Oh,
And then I was informed about some other stuff. So fun, I am not set that I'm gonna be talking about Dalvin, okay? I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna be talking about. But just in case, can you take something for to calm your nerves before you know?
Oh Lord Jesus.
I'm, but I hadn't decided yet, Miss Tina. I ain't decided yet. I know
Well,
I'll
I'm
be
gonna
back.
help her decide, Miss Tina. I can't do them people. No, ooh, child. Give me a break.
All right, Neil Carter. Damn. Y'all know fun she just can't. She just can't.
That person over there make my ass hurt, man.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
we
pretty
got some
bad.
preparation H for you, fun.
I didn't say I had hemorrhoids.
Ah!
But you said to make your ass. Well, what do you do for a hurt booty?
I cannot with Trey.
I don't even try. I quit trying a long time ago. Yeah.
Like, do you get a booty massage or something with for hurt
Oh,
booty?
bye Trey. Love you fun. I love
I
y'all
can't.
too. Y'all be good, okay? Y'all be safe. I see y'all in a couple of hours. Right, Nikki?